this is Jay Nicole from Love to Be Beautiful. Thank you for watching this video and for joining me today on my channel. I actually already went live and recorded and realized the whole thing had no sound. So here I am, I'm back, and that's fine because I want to say some things that I missed out saying and redo the whole thing. You get a better result. So anyways, I'll just get right into it because last time I waited 5 minutes for those to join me, but this time I'll just get right into it. But before I give you the special announcement, I want to tell you a story. So on Saturday, I decided I wanted to straighten my hair, and the night before I washed it and blow dry it, and I needed to get a trim. So I made an appointment with my stylist and headed over there in the afternoon. And she did a really good job. She cut my hair. But then I realized, oh shoot, I don't have any cash. So I had to run to the cash machine. And when I came back, the lady who was sitting under the dryer, she was now in the chair. And I was watching my stylist take her weave out. And I was looking at the state of her hair. And unfortunately, her hair was very badly damaged. And I felt really bad. And I know aside from that story, a lot of times people are like, well, what do you do to get your hair, to look like that? And let me tell you, it takes work. It takes time. This is not something that, my hair is not grown overnight. It's longer than it's ever been. And it's in a good place and it's healthy. And on my way home after seeing this woman's hair, I got to thinking about women and their natural hair journey. And being so proud that so many women are brave and bold enough to cut all of their hair off if need be and start from scratch with a little teeny afro. And it's just like, why haven't we done this before? And then it hit me. I realized that women haven't done that before because they don't want to be ugly. And I was just like, oh my gosh, we have done ourselves a disservice for so many years because we haven't wanted to be in this awkward, vulnerable state where we feel unattractive or like we're not ourselves. And in actuality, putting all that weave in our hair and braids, even though those are great protective styles, if done properly, don't get me wrong, I'm not dissing or hating on anyone with weaves, wigs, that puts extensions in their hair. I feel like as Black women, we are the most versatile women on the planet and we slay in whatever we do. But when you go so far to where you're allowing yourself to become damaged because what you're doing to yourself is not done properly or it's done so much that it's damaging, that's a mistake. And so we continue to put weaves in our hair, to put braids, and we got our hairline back here like Stevie Wonder and the old lady from Essence who has her hairline all the way back here because she won't give it up and try something different. And then I started to equate that to our actual lives and not just with our hair. What if that same concept, we apply it to our life and say, you know what, I'm going to take some time and become more self-aware, strip away what needs to be stripped away, cut off those dead pieces of my life that do not serve me anymore, and start becoming healthy. And back to the story with natural hair. Once those women cut their hair off, and I've never done a big chop, I did cut my hair slowly and got rid of the heat damage. But a lot of women say that they feel free, they feel liberated, and they feel like themselves. Yeah, do they maybe not feel attractive? Do they have to figure out other ways to make themselves feel more attractive, like hair accessories and, jewelry? Absolutely. But what they get instead is their freedom to express themselves in a different way. And so my big announcement, and I have a second big announcement that I want you to stay tuned to till the very end of this video. But my first big announcement is that I am doing an Unplug challenge. And this challenge is exactly like taking your weave out. It's stripping yourself down to the bare bones so that you can do an assessment of who you really are, what you really want, and how to start living your life the way that you see fit. And it's really taking a lot of the concepts that I've discussed in my previous videos, and I will link my videos below, taking those concepts and turning them into practical ways to love to be beautiful. And that's what we're going to do. So what does the challenge mean? What do you have to do to participate in the challenge? You have to unplug. And what are we unplugging from? We're unplugging from anything that does not serve us. And for some of us, that will be different. But for all of us, it will be unplugging from social media, from television, and even from music. Even for some of us, it may be talking on the phone, because we spend so much time talking on the phone, we can't spend any time thinking or connecting with God or plugging into ourselves. So for some of you, you may not be able to completely unplug from social media, but you can do it for most of the day. So if you answer to emails or you run your business on social media, you're going to have an allotted time per day that you spend. Maybe it's 1 to 2 hours. I'm pretty sure that most people can respond to emails, post what they need to post on social media, and respond to social media posts given 2 hours a day. I feel like that's ample time. The rest of the time, you will be in silence and doing other things like going outside, meal planning, spending time with your kids, spending time with yourself, praying, and just being in touch with who you are, and asking yourself some of those why questions that I've discussed before in my previous videos. Why am I here? Why do I behave the way I behave? Why am I upset right now? Why am I at this job? Why am I in this relationship? How can I fix certain things in my life? And for those who are struggling in their relationship, this will give you some time to really think and figure out why you're in the relationship. Is it serving you? I'm not just talking about romantic relationships. This could be friendships too. This can be relationships with family members who are toxic. And we need to evaluate and say, hey, do I need to cut some here? Or if you can't cut it off completely, maybe you can cut some of it so that it's not affecting you so negatively. It's time to release ourselves from all of these negative influences. We have so many influences that come from the media every day that are teaching us how to think, what to wear, what to buy, and what is important. And it's sucking the life out of us. And instead, we're not being pumped in by our source, which is from God, which is by eating good foods, which is by listening to things that honor who we are and honor our light and honor our bodies and our minds. So I'm asking for everyone to unplug. I was going to do this alone and completely unplug, go black on my YouTube channel and on my social media, but I said, you know what? There are probably some women who could benefit from unplugging. So again, we're unplugging from anything that does not serve us. And like I said, for some that will be different, but for everyone, social media, television, and some music is beneficial. I turn on the music with me and my kids, and we've had a dance party. It was a form of exercise and laughing and bonding. Not all social media, music, television is bad. Some of it serves a great purpose. Like right now you're watching this video and I'm introducing a topic to you that will help you change your life. But all of this mindless entertainment, being plugged into things that just have no value, bring nothing to your life except to numb your mind and get you distracted away from yourself, away from God, it's time to cut that for a while. Especially for me. I have things that I want to do this year. I have places I want to go. And my kids, they need me more than ever. And so I want to be there for them in a way that I haven't been before. And for those who are struggling with issues with your kids, you're struggling at your job, you want that promotion, or you just are feeling bad about yourself, you're depressed, you feel worthless, you feel hopeless. Plugging into yourself and releasing yourself from some of those unhealthy, toxic things that keep pouring into your mind every day will help to give you some clarity to be able to make some decisions. So going back to the woman with the damaged hair, you got to take some time to figure out what needs to be cut and what doesn't. And just like her taking her weave out, now she can assess, okay, do I need to cut here? How much do I need to cut? what can I do, doing some research to figure out how to fix it. And it's the same concept in your life, figuring out how you're going to fix the damaged places in your life, what needs to be healed, what needs to be taken care of, nurtured, and brought back to life. And for those who are really brave, I want to introduce to you the Whole30 challenge, which is a meal challenge, an eating challenge. And it was really important to me to find a challenge that did not eliminate some of the essential nutrients like carbs or protein or fats, or went too far in saying, okay, don't eat any carbs but only eat fat, which puts you into a ketonic state. And I'm a nutritionist, but there's some habits that I have to break. But I'm also, that me being a nutritionist makes me really wary and skeptical of these diet plans. And the Whole30, it requires you not to cut out any of the healthy essential nutrients, but it does require that you cut out grains and sugar, and you can still get your carbohydrates. Most of us get it through grains, through bread, cereals, but you can still get carbohydrates through vegetables. And so there's still a way for you to be healthy. So if you want to join me on this challenge, I'm going to have printables that I will send you that you can go by every day that will help you do your meal planning, that will explain the Whole30, and that will give you affirmations each day, that will give you lists that you can fill out to evaluate how you're feeling, where you are, and kind of give you a jumping off point. And I'm hoping that what I'm providing will just help to stimulate your thought process and to be thinking, what works best for me? Because what works for me doesn't necessarily work for you. And you may be in a place where you don't need to do everything that I'm suggesting, but others may need to do other things that I am not suggesting. So this is just a great jumping off point for you. So email me at lovetobeyoutiful@gmail.com if you want to participate, and I'll start sending you the things that you're going to need to get started. And I'll also be posting more information about the whole food challenge, explaining that in more detail. But we're going to focus on 4 areas. We're going to start this next Monday, which is I wrote it down, which is the 22nd of January. And the first week, we're going to talk about our spiritual life, how to get spiritually connected and become more spiritually aware. Then week 2, on the 29th of January, will be body and nutrition. Then on the 5th of February, we'll be talking about mental and emotional. And then on the 12th, we'll be doing a purge, a final cut of the things that we have decided that we need to get rid of. And in that, we can also talk about what we need to replace. What things we want to add instead, because you can't just cut things and not add anything to it. But we want to get rid of what does not serve us, benefit us, or honor our light and our worth. And we want to add things that give us value, that bring our minds and our bodies and our lives to the forefront and start living and walking in our purpose. So join me, send me an email, comment, and let me know what you're thinking. This is also a chance for us to create community and to be there for one another and to get advice from one another. Another reason why I wanted to do the Whole Food Challenge is because you guys can be off on your own researching what type of recipes. There's tons of recipes on YouTube, tons of recipes on the internet, and I believe they have a website that gives you lists of things you can and cannot eat. But I want to focus more on what we can do instead of what we cannot do, because I just feel like that's better for our brain. So stick with me. We're going to have some fun, and aligning your body, your mind, and your spirit together. For those that participate in the Whole30 challenge, aligning all of those 3 things will accelerate your spiritual and your mental capacity. Lining all of those things up is so important. So that's why I'm doing the challenge. And actually, I'm starting today with the Whole30 challenge and today with my Unplug challenge. So I want to encourage you to do the same. to start thinking about how you want to live your challenge and how you want to roll through this moving forward. So send me an email, leave a comment, share. And my last thing is my special announcement. If you want to participate in this challenge for the next 4 weeks, I will be giving a $50 gift card to the person who subscribes to my YouTube channel, comments on every video, likes every video, and shares every video. And I really want to push that because I want other women to become exposed to this information so they can start changing their life. But this is an unplugged challenge where we're going to give practical ways to love to be yourself. So again, thank you to everyone who watched this video and who's going to join me on my challenge. I'm excited to get started and I can't wait. So I will be back on a little bit later, maybe today or tomorrow, to discuss the Whole Foods, the Whole30, and a little bit more details about that so that those that want to join can be ready when we start on Monday, because you can do that on Monday as well as start the spiritual stuff. So thank you again, and I will catch you next week. Bye.